good morning and welcome to, let me just turn that camera around a touch, to the Tuesday chair yoga class. Make sure that your chair is stable. You will definitely need today a band. You may need a block, that depends on whether you need to put your feet up on it. And that you've got something that your chair doesn't slip on. You've got enough room around you. If you feel sick or ill at any time, then please stop. If anything doesn't feel right, again, please stop. So we're going to start on our chair, sitting back as far as we can. If we've got a chair with a hole in it, then we should notice that our tailbone drops over the back. If not, then just sit back as far as you can. Make sure that your back's nice and straight, that you're not slumping. Tuck the chin in. We're going to lift our arms up and breathe in. And then taking it down, breathing out. And we're just bringing ourselves to this point here. You might want to stretch and reach one arm at a time to open them ribs. Or move backwards and forwards again to open them ribs at the front and the back of the body. You keep going. Good morning, Pam. I'm going to keep you muted, so just join in. Just letting everything go. Thinking about what you want to gain, the areas of the body that you want to work on. Hopefully you can see me. We can't see you at the moment, Pam, but don't worry. As long as you can see and hear me, then that's fine. And we're going to do one more in and one more out. And then we're just going to bring ourselves to a nice breath. Morning. So, we're tucking our chin in. And we're going to let our head roll down to our chin. We're going to let it roll to the side, but not all the way in a circle. We're just bringing it to the side. We're rolling it down. We're rolling it to the other side. So we're just letting the neck roll, having a feel. Bring it back to our centre and lift the head back up. So we're going to do the same sort of thing as if we're looking across the sky. We're lifting our chin up a little and we're just as if we're looking from side to side, watching a very high tennis match. If anything doesn't feel right, then don't do it, or control the head, use the hand. Protect that neck if it feels like, oh, that's a bit much on my head. but we're trying to just feel, where can I feel that pulling as I move? These are all the muscles, the ligaments through the head and the neck that keep our head attached to our body. Very rare we stretch them. At the same time as working our neck, you should also feel it into different parts of the face as well. And we're going to bring our head back to centre and tuck it down. So let's bring it into our shoulders. If we bring our hands and place our hands on our shoulders, bring our elbows together. Breathe in, rolling them round in a circle as they're coming down, breathe out. Try and get them to touch, but if they don't touch, it doesn't matter. And again, thinking about where we're feeling it. It shouldn't just be the shoulders, it should be other areas as well. And then we're going to take it, this time, in the opposite direction. Again, trying to get them elbows to touch at the front, but it doesn't matter if they don't. And then we're going to bring them down. So from here, if you bring your fist, thumb on the inside, and then make a fist around it, you're just going to, as if you're doing fist pumping, you're just lifting the elbows and trying to get the fist to touch the shoulders. But the elbows aren't moving, they're not coming out, they're staying in. You're just sort of fist pumping to start to work them elbows. And then bring them down. Give your arms a little shake. You should have felt that right into the shoulder blades. Again, if we're keeping them thumbs inside, we're taking the hands out in line and we're going to roll the hands towards each other. So you'll get a slight little bend in the elbows, but again we're starting to work them shoulders, work them arms at the same time as just work the wrists. And then we're going to take them in the opposite direction. And then let them down. So we'll take it into cat and cow from here. You bring your hands together. You're going to start probably with your right little finger on the bottom, but we're going to change that. You're turning the hands out. You're pushing them forward. You're pulling the shoulders, tucking the head in, tilting the pelvis so your bum will slide along the chair. Breathe out. As you breathe in, you're going to tilt the pelvis backwards, push the chest out, bring the fingers together, turn them round so that you're pushing them backwards. Then we're going to go again. So we're coming back round, we're bringing the left little finger to the bottom, We're pushing out, tilting the pelvis under, breathing out. Pushing from the shoulders, pushing from the hips. As we breathe in, we're taking them hands back. We're turning it back, lifting it up, stretching forward. One more on each side. Right little finger at the bottom, breathing out. And breathing in, stretching them fingers up. Last one. Left little finger at the bottom, breathe out. Now with these, they start to work into the muscles of the neck and the shoulders. So anybody that's sitting at a table the whole time, it kind of stretches them areas out. And let's bring it back to normal. So from here, we're going to take ourselves down. Now if you want, you can open them legs a little, or you can bring your chest so that it lands on your lap. It's up to you. If you've got blood pressure problems, don't let your head go too far. If you've got lower back problems, don't bend that back. Keep the back nice and straight. So I'll keep my legs straight in for the first one. Shoulders back, chin tucked in. Breathe out. Bring your chest down. Tuck the chin in so you'll look into the floor. Let the shoulders fall. Let the arms fall. So if you've got a bad straight back, you'll find that that part of your spine is still straight and the neck is still, the head is still in line with the shoulders. But we're stretching from that lower back. You'll feel it through your bum, all the way up through the spine. We're holding it here for about 3 breaths. Then if our hands are down, we're going to bring them to the knees, and we can use the hands to push us back up again. So I'm going to take it a little bit further by taking my legs apart. So again, we're tucking the chin in, we're breathing out, we're going down. I'm letting my head drop this time. You'll still find that the spine is nice and straight, but this time if you've got blood pressure problems, it'll raise your blood pressure. So be aware of that. You'll feel that just adds a little bit extra to that stretch. We're going to lift the head, look forward, bring the hands back to the knees, and again we can use the hands to help lift the body backward. Bring our legs back in. So if we go into a side bend, we're going to take our hands and bring them on the opposite side of our leg, lift our hands up, push our knee away, pull with our hand, reach over to the side. If you can, look up to the ceiling. Try not to lean forward. And you're using the hand and the leg as a kind of yin and yang. You're pulling and pushing. And then we're going to breathe in, lifting the arm back up and taking it down. So we'll try the other side. So bringing the hand across again. You're pulling and pushing with the hand. You're lifting the arm up. Again, if you've got blood pressure problems and you don't want to lift the arm, or shoulder problems, you don't have to. Breathe out, reach over. Look past the hand towards the ceiling. It'll keep you back. You'll feel the stretch all through the side. And then bringing it back up and bring it down. Let's try one more on the other side. So breathing in, breathing out. And then lifting, bringing it down. Last one. and bringing it back. So we're going to do our twist. Again, we're bringing the hand around to the leg. We're taking the hand, dropping it down by the back of the chair, or to the back of the chair, wherever it wants to be. We're stretching up, breathing in, and as we breathe out, we're turning, we're going to have a look over our shoulder. We're again pushing with the knee, pushing with the hand, so that we feel the stretch through the waist. And then we're bringing it back to centre as we breathe out. So let's try the other side. So hand at the bottom, hand round by the chair, the back of the chair, wherever it feels easier for you. Breathe out, look round the back. And bringing it back to centre. So again, if we wanted to make it a little bit more, we bring that hand round, we lift that hand up, breathe in, and as we're breathing out, we turn with the hand and bring it around a little bit further around the chair, wherever we can, depending on what kind of chair you've got. Lovely. This time we could lift both hands up, breathing in, breathe out, take it around the chair. And then breathing in, bring it back down. Lovely. So let's bring in our pelvic floor. So starting at the back, imagine pulling in, pulling at the front, and then pulling at the belly. Hold it here. Squeeze it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. So let's go again. That's 1. And at the back, at the front, at the belly, squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Here we go again. Try and pull all the muscles in this time. Push into the floor. Squeeze at the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Here we go again. Push into that floor. Squeeze them legs together. Pull the pelvic floor in. Pull the abdominals. Pull the chin back, shoulders back. Hold it. 1, 2, but breathe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. And our last one. At the back, at the front, through the stomach, through the legs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Lovely. Feel that today. After all that food yesterday. So we're going to move the legs. So if you want to, you can use that pelvic floor again. So squeeze and lift. If you want to hold onto your chair to help as well, you can that as well. If you want to use your hands here, it's up to you. So we're sitting back. We're trying not to drop down. We're going to lift our leg off the floor, but you don't want to curl into it. We're just lifting it and bringing it down. Lifting it and bringing it down. But we're pulling all these muscles in. Starting to get these hips working. We're going to do a bit more with our hips in a bit. And then we're bringing it down. So we're going to take it out, lifting it up, pointing and flexing, but again, you don't want to curl. If you find that as soon as you lift it, you go forward, grab the leg, keep the back back, or hold the chair. So here we go. Pull them stomach muscles in, pull that abdominal. Lift it, point it, flex it, bring it back in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Bring it down. And so with that, we're starting to work the legs and work the hips. So if we bring ourselves forward on our chair, make sure you can see that. We're going to bring ourselves up to do the outside of our hip. We're flexing our foot. We're bringing the foot up on our knee. We're keeping that foot nice and straight. And we're just bouncing the knee. So we're not touching it. We're just bouncing it. We're starting to work here. And then we're going to bring it from here, bring our hands on, push that knee down, lean forward and see if you can let your elbow rest on it. Then if you place your hands, your head in your hand, you can then use the other free hand to give them toes a little pinch, a little move. Just pinching and pulling and moving through the toes. The whole time you're doing this, you're kind of just leaning on that knee and pushing a little bit into that hip. And then you're just going to move your foot kind of in a circle or backwards and forwards. And you're just putting it round. Give it a nice move around. You can then sort of just rub. If you want to use two hands, you can give your foot a little massage. You might find that the bit in between the bridge is always a bit more painful. So you just push in, that's a massage, you can just push into it and let go. So just using acupressure around the foot, into the toes. But again, everything that you're doing, anything you're doing with the foot, you're encouraging blood to come down into the foot. So that's always a good thing. And don't forget your toes as well. Around the ankles and the front of the foot. And then we're going to lift it off and bring it down. And we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So flexing putting it up, keep it flexed, just bounce it. So we're not doing anything with it first, we're just letting the knee bounce, work the knee, work them hips. Just so it kind of knows, oh, I can kind of go that far. And then we're taking our hands, we're pushing the knee down, we're leaning onto that knee, we're resting on our head, and we're giving them toes a bit of a pull, a bit of a pinch, a bit of a wiggle. Just moving the foot. And then giving it a little bit of a massage. Now if you've got some cream by you could always cream your toes or cream your feet. Always sort of do your skin, get rid of your hard skin. A nice pumice stone in this position. And give them feet a nice little massage and it'll work out. Like I said, we don't do a lot for our feet. We'll massage and put cream on our hands these days. We do a lot with our hands. But we don't really do a lot for our feet. And our feet are our biggest supporters. They're the ones that keep us balanced. They're the ones that support us through life. And when our feet give up, we're on our bum for an awful lot of the time. So look after our feet, love our feet, love them. So let's bring them back down. And they should feel all nice and light and feel lovely now because we've actually thought about them. So we're going to give the stretch to that back of that calf before we come up. So if we bring our foot under our chair, so we're back on the edge of our chair now, and we're just pushing our foot forward so that we stretch the toes. We might need to go into the little toe a bit more if we're more on our big toe, but we want to feel the stretch right through the leg. And then let's try the other side. So giving it a push. Take it onto the little toe. Make sure that little toe gets a stretch as well, the sides of the foot. And then we're bringing the feet down. So we're on the edge of our chair, our feet are away from us, we're taking our arms out. We're going to do 5 up and down. So we're leaning forward, we're breathing in, we're lifting ourselves up. As we breathe out, we're sitting down. The chair should be exactly where we left it. Breathe in, 2. Three, 4, and our last one, and we're going to stay up this time. 5. Good. So from here, we're going to go into our mountain pose. Don't worry, you can't see my head. It's not that important. More my feet. So if you've got your chair there, it's always there to support you if you need it. You can stand in front of it this way or you can stand side to it. It's completely up to you. You want your feet to be in line with your hips. So you don't want them too far away. And you want the feet facing forward. You don't want them sticking out. You don't want the heels sticking out either. So you want them forward. You want to make sure that your knees go in the same direction as your toes. Sometimes our knees kind of go out to the side, sometimes our knees come in. It depends on what this top muscle's doing. And this muscle moves kind of independently. It'll move backwards and forwards. If it's out, the legs will go out. If it's too far in, they'll come in. You have to get them so that they're diagonal, they're straight, in line with the knees. Then you're going to work on your inner thighs. You're going to squeeze your legs as if they're moving together, but they won't go anywhere. Squeeze your back thigh, your bum, and you'll feel your back thigh come in. If you lift your toes really hard, you'll feel the front thigh lifting up and the knees opening, and then you can put the toes down. And then you should be able to squeeze the side thigh as well. It should come in. Make sure that your feet are pushing down through the knuckles of your feet and your toes, that you're not rolling the feet in. Then your pelvic floor comes in, so the back and the front. Then your abdominal muscle pulls back and you're holding it in. Your shoulders roll back and roll down so that your palms are facing towards your hands. But like I said, if you need to, you've got a chair. You're tucking your chin in so that it's in line, the neck is nice and straight. And if you can, you close your eyes. Now while you're here, just think about everything that's happening from the feet all the way up. This is a brilliant exercise, being able to close your eyes and stand straight. It's perfect for your balance. If you feel wobbly, that means that one muscle somewhere in that all the way up from the feet isn't tight, it's relaxed. It could usually, it's our outside thigh muscle because it's quite hard to find how that pulls in. But start at the feet, work your way back up, and you'll find everything will pull in. Sometimes again it's our pelvic floor drops or our abdominals drop, and that makes us weave. So we want to pull in and feel that they're nice and tight. While we're here as well, we want to think about what we want. So this is kind of our midway between the class, and so it's a good time just to think about what we want to get from the class. Where are the areas that we want to work on? Is the areas that hurt as we're going through that body? Is there anywhere that feels a bit strained? Because there shouldn't be any pain in the joints of the knees or the hips, because we've engaged every muscle in the body. So now they're doing the lifting and the holding. It's not the bones anymore. So there should be no pain through the back. There should be nothing in the hips, nothing through the shoulder bones. Everything, all the bones should feel relaxed, but all the muscles should feel engaged. So we're going to open our eyes. We're going to step to the back of our chair, and we're going to take it into our leg stretching. So we're stretching the backs of our thighs. We'll start at the bottom. We'll step back with our foot, keeping our heel flat on the floor, keeping that leg that's back nice and straight. We're going to bend the front knee, but we're going to try and push that back knee up towards the ceiling. So we don't want it to bend, we want it to push. But we're pushing the front knee forward and the back knee backwards. Holding it here. And then we're going to step back in, and we're going to change sides. So we're stepping the foot out, making sure that it's facing forward, making sure we can get the heel down, that the foot's even, we're not rolling in. We're pushing the front knee forward, we're pushing the back knee backwards. So we'll feel it through two different knee joints. The front of one, the back of the other. But the more we stretch it at the back, the more we'll feel it into that calf muscle as well. We'll feel it right down to the heel. And we're going to bring it in, and we're going to do that one more time. It always likes things the second time. So again, pushing, you may find you can step back a little further. Lift the back knee up, push more forward with that front knee. Try to make sure that your shoulders don't come up by your ears, that you're pulling them back as well. And let's step it in. And last time changing. Lovely. And step it back. So we're going to take it now into the Achilles, so down here and again into that foot area there. This time we're keeping the heel down, we're pushing that front knee the same as the other, but this time instead of pushing that knee back, we're going to try and bend the knee a little, but keep the heel flat down. Now you can keep the foot straight, or you can move the foot side to side. But if you're moving it, do it slowly, do it consciously, make sure that you know exactly what's happening. So it's up to you if you want to move it, or you can hold it. You may feel that, oh, as you push it over towards the little toe, that's really painful, but at the same time it's really nice. And I prefer it there. If I bring it over to my little toe, to my big toe, if I have it straight, but certain areas work nicer. Remember, it's your body, so if you want to hold it at a certain position, then you can. So we're going to step it in, and we're going to change feet. So again, the foot goes down, the front knee bends, the shoulders pull down. We're bending that knee at the back, but we're still trying to keep the heel down. And then we're doing whatever we want with the foot, but we're being conscious about what we're doing with it. Close your eyes again if you want. Really take your mind down, your thoughts down into that foot area. Where can you feel it? So we're going to do one more on each side. We're bringing it in, and we're going to change side. Now this I call it the runner's stretch, because it's, again, it works on them legs as you go out and you're walking on uneven surfaces. And then let's bring it in and try the other side. So from here we're going to step ourselves back into our down dog. Now if you need to, you can have your elbows on the chair, or you can take it back and it can be your hand. I'm just going to move my chair slightly. So from the chair, you're stepping back, you're bringing yourself down, stretching your chest to the floor. You should feel a quite nice stretch through the back of the legs and the bum, but it's that upper back. And then we're coming back up. We're going to pull the shoulders back, keeping the feet flat on the floor, just bring the hips forward. So we're going into a kind of a plank position. And again, we're going to drop back to our down dog. Feeling the stretch through the arms, stretch through the back, the stretch through the legs. And then coming back up. Shoulders come back. Hips drop forward. Squeeze your stomach muscle. Hold it at our plank position. And then we're going to step our feet in. So let's go into our aerobics before I get you to sit down. So from here, we're taking our foot out to the side. It's going out to the back to lift and tighten our bum. We're bringing the foot in. We're moving our hips forward, our shoulders back, leaning back, trying to stretch through the front of the body this time. And bring it back up. So through the other side, taking it out to the side. Bring it in. Kick it back. Bring it down. Push the hips forward, reach back. And back up. Last one each side. Out to the side. Kick it back. Bring it in. Tilt backwards. And back up. And over to the side. Take it back. Stretch it back. And bring it back up. So we're going to take it into our tiptoes, bringing our feet together. Now again, you can hold on if you need to, or you can turn the thumb to the back and lift it up. So you're reaching up over your head and you're coming up onto your tiptoes, squeezing the legs. Like I said, the hand can be there if you need it to be, or you can lift that one up if you feel you can, the other hand. Lovely. And then bringing it back down again. Bringing the hands down. Perfect. Let's go one more time. Squeeze the leg. Find a spot just in front of you. Breathe in. If you need to, like I said, hold on. If you want, you can bring the two arms up. Perfect. And then bring it back down. Beautiful. So, let's turn our chair around and sit ourselves back down again. Now, you're going to need your band for this one. Lovely. You sit back on your chair. You're looping your band through and trying to grab as close to your hands as possible. So you're going to have one on each hand. From here, you're straightening the leg up. And then you're seeing if you can pull it a little bit closer to your head. And then we're going to bend the knee and bring it down. So let's try the other side. So get in as close as you can. Shoulders back, straighten the leg, lift it up. Try and push that knee as straight as you can. And bending it in. Let's bring it down. Let's try one more each side before we take it out to the side. So lifting it in. Straighten the leg. Pull it in. Lovely. So this is kind of pose of a heron. But we're doing it from the chair. We're still a heron pose. And then bending, bring it out. Let's try one last one. So pull it in, straighten the leg, lift the leg, keep pulling with them hands. And release. So we're going to do a very similar one, but we're going to take the leg out to the side. I'm going to do 2 on one side and then swap round, otherwise I'll have to keep moving because I'm right by the thingy. Yeah, if you're by the chair, make sure you don't hit your chair, or you could just end up resting your leg on the chair. So this time you're holding it with one hand, the knees bent. You can straighten the leg out, sit up nice and straight, take the leg out to the side, but try to make sure that the other knee doesn't drop out. You want to hold it out to the side. So this would be kind of big toe balance. You can always look in the opposite direction to your foot. And then we're bringing it back to centre. And relax. Oh, I've lost somebody. So, we're going to do it one more time. You can change sides. I'm staying this side because otherwise when I do the other one I've got to turn the whole chair. So, we're lifting up, straighten the leg, take it out to the side. And then bringing it back in, bend the knee, take it off. So we're going to do the other side. I'm just going to turn around. So again, grabbing hold of it, one hand on so that you're flexing the foot, the knees bent, straighten the leg, take it out to the side. If you want, turn away. And bringing it in. We're going to try one more. Taking it out, looking away. And bring it back. Bend the knee and bring it down. So from here we're just going to do a bit of a stretch out for our leg. So you're going to bring your legs over, so you're crossing your leg. Now if you're crossing your right leg over the top, then you're going to turn towards your right. You're bringing your hand to your right leg and you're pulling so that it's twisting you round. You can bring your hand to the chair or round as far as you can go, and then you're looking around the back. We're bringing ourselves back out and we're going to change sides. So we're crossing the leg over. So whichever leg's on the top, that's the way you're going. You're pulling that leg and bringing your hand round as far as you can go. Breathe out and have a look over the back. And you'll feel this stretch right through the back on a kind of a diagonal. But it should be quite nice after what you've been doing with your legs. And we're bringing ourselves back. Let's try one more. Now, if you wanted, you could always take this into full eagle. So this foot, if you go onto your tiptoes, you might find you can push it kind of round. You might not, it might not go. Don't push it too much if it won't go. But it might just need it. Now, if you were standing up, you wouldn't be able to do that because we're sitting down, it does. So again, we're pulling. We're looking behind. And let's bring it out and change sides last time. Beautiful. And let's bring ourselves all the way round. Undo the legs. Come to the edge of your chair. Bring your hands underneath. Let's go into our seated child. So grab hold of your legs. Let your head drop down. Give yourself a cuddle. So really squeeze yourself into your legs. And you'll feel the shoulder blades want to open. The back wants to open, the spine wants to open, everything kind of falls in either direction, falls away, falls the spine. So we're going to lift our head, undo our hands, bring ourselves back up. So we sit ourselves back into our chair. Bring your hands down. We're going to do full breathing. So you can have your hands on your chest and your stomach so that you can feel as you breathe out, or as you breathe in, you'll feel the belly come out. Then the chest lift. Then the top bit lift. Then as you breathe out, goes all the way down. You could always give yourself a hug so that you're holding yourself like this, and then you'll be able to feel the sides coming out as you're breathing in and breathing out. And you can also, if your back's against the chair, you may be able to feel it going into the back as well. You could always just have your hands here and just relax in this position. It's up to you. But we're doing a full breath. But we're going to do the meditation that we did on Friday, which is life is short. So what I want you to do is to, while we're doing this, I want you to think about life. If you were told, it's a horrible thought, but it's something we have to think about. If you were told you had 2 years left to live, what would you do? How would you do things different? Which people would you tell that you love? Which people would you tell that you care about? Which people would you get rid of because they bring nothing to your life? Would you travel? Where would you travel? So this is what I want you to think about. Doing a nice full breath, but I want you to think about what you would do, who you would see, who would you get rid of in them years. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. So we're relaxing ourselves back, closing our eyes or looking towards the floor if we don't want to completely close our eyes. Breathing fully, so breathe out first.